Let's go. Okay, hello everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to our team call. It is Monday, January 7th. It's officially the second week of the year. Holla. So awesome, so exciting. So I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this on the recording, if you're watching this live, just let me know how your new year is starting out. Comment in the chat box there. And this is one I'm just going to kind of flow through it. If you have any questions, comment in the chat box, anything you're struggling with so that I can speak to it while we're on this call. Like you have me here now, might as well use it. So you guys go ahead. I'm just going to kind of start flowing here. So new year, new goals, new year, new you, new year, same you, whatever. Everyone's got these goals, these things that they're setting on. What is your actual plan of attack to do it though? Because it's one thing to set the goals. It's one thing to buy all these pretty notebooks. It's one thing to watch all the team calls. It's one thing to have a stack full of personal development books, but what are you actually doing with it? Because we talked about this on one of the last team calls. I had you guys pick a word, what's the one word that you want to describe your year? And for me, that word was action. So I am not doing anything without action. I'm not going to just read and I'm not going to be a consumer. I'm going to actually take action on everything that I do, everything that I learn. It's going to be with action. So speaking of personal development, one of the books that I really want to recommend to you guys is Get Over Your Damn Self. I say that a lot, so it's perfect that there's an actual book with that being the title. She says it for me, Get Over Your Damn Self. And it is for network marketers. If you've read the book Go Pro, it's basically a female version of it, which is what I like a lot, is that it's for female network marketers. So I believe she's in Roden and Fields or something, it sounds like. She never says, but she talks about skincare company, whatever. It's very similar anyways. Everything she says is so true. She even tells you how to talk to people, how to invite, she tells you how to have these conversations. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you look at the file section, which you should, in the file section in our team Vibe With Me group, I have a whole shit ton of files in there, including one that I created with all of my scripts for what I send out to people as invites, connections, follow-ups, everything. I have it all there. So if you guys are sitting there going, I don't know how to start conversations, you have to figure it out. There are so many resources everywhere for you, but remember, it's not just about reading and listening and learning. It's taking action, because the words that I say might not work for you, but you have to try it and see. And if it doesn't, then you tweak it. The one thing when I first started, I remember I just wished so bad that Amanda would just send me a template of what she says to people. And she never used to. She never used to do that. Not on purpose. Maybe, I don't know, because she's a teacher and she's probably one of those people that's no, if I gave you all the answers, you wouldn't learn anything. So this, get over your damn self, take ownership, and know that you are a business owner, and be grateful that I do give you all my answers, but I didn't have it when I first started. I had to figure it out on my own. And that's kind of what happens when you're a coach. You figure things out on your own, and then you set up your own systems for your team going forward. It's the same thing as with a parent, you make your own mistakes, and then you teach your kids so that they can make their own mistakes, but at least they don't have to make the same ones that you made, right? So when I first started, I said, I used to ask Amanda, what do you say? What do you say? And she wouldn't tell me. She would give me tips and little guidelines, but she wouldn't exactly give me the word for word of what she actually said to people. Now she does. She does that now, but in the beginning she didn't. So I had to learn, and you have to go through this and learn on your own as well. I'm going to call you guys out right now, but Catherine and Sam, I spoke to you guys today about okay, you guys have goals for Emerald, for Diamond. What are you doing to get yourself there? Because Emerald is easy. Emerald is a decision. It's 2 people. But if you want to get to Diamond, it's effort. It takes work, and it takes doing the hard shit every single day. So I'm speaking to you guys as if you are on the road to Diamond, which is what you're telling me you want to do. So I'm saying, what are you doing today to move your business forward? And I ask them these questions. Are you using your business activity tracker? How many people are you talking to right now? How many links do you have right now? And whatever, those are the main things. Is you have to be talking to people. And the things that they said, and I totally get it, everyone feels this way in the beginning, was that they didn't want to offend people, and just assume oh, hey, I'm just asking you to do this, you must need to lose weight. You're the only one thinking that, you guys. Like, I just want to remind you that you are the only one thinking that. They will not be offended unless you say to them, like, hey, you look like you could lose some weight. Why don't you join my boot camp? Then you're going to offend some people, honey. That won't be too good. But, and what I said to them, I'm like, I hope that you're not just starting a conversation with people with an invite. Like, I hope you are actually talking to them like real human beings. Like, this is as hard as you make it and as easy as you make it. And if you sit there and be like, I'm only talking to this person so I can sell them on a challenge pack, you're going to feel awkward. They're going to feel awkward. But if you're genuinely starting a conversation to see where it goes, like, just fucking talk to people. Like, just ask them, what is new with you? How is your day? Like, I talk to every single, I started this, I signed up for this follower app for the last 2 months where I put in my like hashtags or whatever that were related to my brand or me as a person, stuff that I would use anyways, and like locations or whatever. And what this app does is it searches for people within that use those same hashtags, and like it's completely at random, but it goes and follows them and like likes their photos for you, because that's what you have to do nowadays, you guys. I'm sorry, you're coming in at a time where times have changed in the social media world, and it's not as easy for people to just randomly start following you. Like, there are more Instagram pages on there, not just coaches, just there's so many people on Instagram that it is a fight for attention. So it's not as easy for people to just find you and start following you. Like, you have to find your people. You cannot get away from this. You can't get away from this work if you want this business to work. You can't. Like, I'm done sugarcoating it. If I have at any point of this, I apologize if I've done you wrong. This is work. You have to work for it. You have to find your people, but you can make it easier on yourself. So signing up for apps like that, like the one that I did was Tag Scout, and it was an investment. Like, I did catch it on a time when they were doing a deal, and I got 2 months for $80 Canadian. US, it was $60. So 2 months for $80, which as normally it's like $80 a month or more. So it was a good deal. It was a good investment. And I signed up 3 people that I wouldn't have found if it wasn't for this system or this app. And I got almost 1,000 new followers. So to me, it paid itself off, because signing 2 people is $40. So I signed 3 people. So one person is $40. Signing 2 people is $80. So the fact that I signed 3 people, I paid off my investment in that program and some, and I gained 1,000 new followers. And I had probably not all of them were like really, some of them are like creepy friggin' like Indian dudes or whatever, but like whatever, who cares? A lot of them, if they message me, I just block them. Like, who cares? Get over it. You are in control over your social media. Because that was one thing I was talking to another coach friend, because with this app, you were able to program like an initial message that it sent out to people. And I wrote the message just saying like, hey girl, thanks for following me, blah, blah, blah. Like, I can even share that with you guys. I'm pretty sure I already have in that file section there. And it just said like, are you on a health and fitness journey too? And yeah, it sent it to guys. And I had guys who said, oh, I'm actually a girl. I blocked them. I don't care. Like, and it just really took the stress off of me of having to invite people and go, oh no, what if they don't message me back? Because it wasn't really me actually sending the message. So I personally didn't feel that worried about it. And after I sent them that, like, hey, are you on a health and fitness journey too? 90% of the people answered me and said yes or no. And did I jump right into an invite there? No, I talked to them for another 2 days, asking them, great, like, what are your, like, if they said, yes, I'm looking to start one, but I'm really struggling. I said, what are you struggling with? And they told me, and I said, well, what are your goals? And they told me, and they said, well, I don't know, whatever. I asked them another question or something. But that's the thing. You have to have conversations. You can't just invite people, whether you know them or not. That's not trustworthy. That is sleazy. That is scammy. Like, that is not good. You have to talk to people. One book that I was looking into reading, I decided not to read it at this moment. I picked another one, but I might come back to it. It's Mastering the Art of Sales, or Mastering the Art of Selling. I have to double check, by Tom Hopkins. And he goes over this like questionnaire step by step. And it's basically like you're having a conversation with someone where you're asking them 8 to 12 questions before you even invite them and close the sale. So that, like, I want you guys to acknowledge that you have to talk to these people. You have to get to know them. You can't just be like, oh, this person, this is what I used to do. I used to look at people on social media and I would follow people who looked like they probably needed to lose weight. And I would start talking to them. And that wasn't right because they weren't necessarily my people. And I was just looking at them as people to sell to. But when you're talking to people and you're just genuinely you're interviewing them. Use this as an interviewing process where you're interviewing people to see if they belong with you, that you can actually help them and that you actually want to help them. So like, that's why it's a long conversation period of asking them so you can actually pair them up with a program that works for them. Like I've had people where I show them the Transform 20 workout and maybe it's not for them. Like maybe they don't want to get the step. So then I talk to them about 21-day fix. Like I'm interviewing them and I'm actually asking them what they need, what they want, instead of just telling them what I want them to get, right? So you have to talk to these people. You have to interview them. You have to ask them questions. And if you're not, like, I highly recommend investing in one of those follower apps to do that work for you. It takes a lot of the stress off of the time that it takes to find people. It searches your hashtags that you would be searching anyways. I need to find the name of the other one my friend told me. Oh, I can't remember. I'll have to ask her. But the one that I'm going to be using is, let me see if I have it saved in my notes. No, I don't think so. I'll have to find it and I'll share it with you guys. But it's only like $10 a month. So that's something I can do, and it does the exact same thing, except it doesn't send the initial message. So that's something that I'm going to have to do on my own, but that's really not a big deal. But you guys, I had like probably 600 new conversations over the past 2 months. And no, not everyone signed up because they're still new people that even I have to build trust with them. Like these are brand new people who are just following you on social media for like the first time. Maybe they've been following you for a week. You can't get offended if they don't automatically dive into your offer. They don't even know who the fuck you are. Like you gotta take your ego out of it and like just get to know people. Like that's what this whole business is a relationship business and just talking to people. And a lot of those people didn't sign up because it was November, it was December, but you know what? It's January now. It's the beginning of a new year. A lot of them have like Christmas money, or they're just ready to like focus on their health. So I'm going to follow up with all of those people. And I probably am hoping to get like at least half of the conversion rate of getting most of those people to sign up. And if not, I just am going to talk to them as a regular human being and stay, unless they're people who like completely ghosted me or were rude, I'm going to just unfollow them anyways. Like there were some people who were sassy. Like I had one girl I was talking, I'm going to tell you, you got to be okay with people being kind of dicks, like, because it's gonna happen. It's really gonna happen, and it's not your fault, it's them. Like I had one girl that I was talking to and I was just genuinely asking her questions, trying to get to know her because she's a PIO instructor, and I was like, oh, I'm a quarter force instructor. Like I geek out when people love Beachbody as much as I do and our other fitness instructors. So I was just genuinely asking her questions, and she's like, is there something like I can do for you? Like, is there something you need from this conversation? And I was like, I didn't even respond. I just blocked and deleted. Done. You are in control over who comes into your house, right? Treat your social media like your house. If there's sassy as fuck people who are making you feel bad about what you're doing, get rid of them. Don't try and convince these people or convert them. If they're dicks, get rid of them. Get them out of there. And just know it's going to happen. I'm warning you right now. You're going to have some people that are rude to you. And like, that's not on you, that's on them, because there's going to be a hell of a lot more people like you guys who I have found who are excited and who need you and want to work with you. So you're going to have to go through a lot of bad eggs, but you're not for everyone, and that's okay. Like you are not for everyone. You're like all those people that I spoke to, like I'm happy that I didn't sign all of them, because not all of them are my people. If I don't even want to follow them on their Instagram, I don't want to work like they're not my people. Like if I'm not interested in engaging on their posts and talking to them, why do I want to work closely with them in my group? You know, like, no, you want your people that you can actually be friends with because you're talking to them every day. So that's another reason why you're interviewing these people. You're asking them like how much time they have to work on a program and yada, yada. I personally like using Instagram Messenger. Everyone is different. I know my coach Amanda has had amazing success working, like she only works through email, which that works for her. For me, I find I have a lot better conversion rate and better conversations with people when I can chat with them back and forth. Because and I would recommend trying both. Definitely try both and see, because you never know. Your people might like emails. Your people are different than my people, you guys. That's what I really want to get across. Everyone is going to be different. So I can tell you the way that I do things. I recommend you try it. But if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean nothing is going to work for you, you know? This whole business is trial and error. And the only way you will completely fail is if you do nothing at all. It's the exact same thing with your fitness journey. You can't eat the way you were eating before you started this journey. You can't not work out at all and expect to lose weight, right? Well, if you come into this business and you don't send any messages, you only wait for people to message you, like, it's not going to grow. If you don't post on social media every day, then when you go to talk to these people who are following you, they're not even going to know what you do or who you are, because you're not posting every day. You're not talking about it. Like, the people that I reach out to, they know that I am a coach. They know what I do, that I work out every day, because I talk about it all the time. I talk about it on my stories. I talk about it on my page. Like, you can't just post once a week about an invite to a group and expect that people are just going to know what you do, because it's very like egotistical to think that every single person sees all of your posts. You are the only person that sees 100% of your posts. Other people don't, especially with the algorithms right now. Like, I'll be honest, like, I am following both of you guys, but I don't see your posts every single day unless I go search for it, because I'm following a lot of other people. And even if you're following, okay, say you were following, I'm following, I think I have like 1,200 or something, which I have to cut down on, and I'm just going to clear out all the people who aren't following me back. But say I was following like 60 people. Well, my home screen would still probably only show 10 of those 60 people, you know? And it's only the people that you are commenting on and liking their stuff the most. That's what Instagram shows to your page the most. So that's why when you're creating content, it's not all meant to be invites. You do want to create some content that's just engaging with people and asking people to comment below. Like, sometimes I'll make a post, like the one I did the other night of me just sitting here was, I forget what I asked, but I think I asked, like, what are you doing tonight or something? How are you spending your Saturday night? And that was just encouraging people to talk to me, to answer on the bot, like create engagement with me. And when Instagram sees that more people are commenting, that shows them that you are a page worth showing to other people. Instagram is all about engagement. So you don't want to just be like yelling stuff at people. You want to be inviting them to like be a part of your journey for real. Like, instead of just saying, this is what I'm doing, and having people look in and be like, good for you, you want to be like, this is what I'm doing, you could do this too, and have them ask, like, how can I do this with her? Or that looks like fun. Like, she's making me feel like I'm a part of this too. Like, I want to do this with her, or I feel like I'm on this journey with her, right? Like, you don't want them to just look and go like, good for you. That's just something that you do. So definitely take a look at that and keep that in mind when you're making your post. Are you asking questions at the end? Like, one thing that I'm definitely going to start doing too, and I heard this on a podcast today, it was Angie Lee's show podcast. They were talking about selling through Instagram stories, like how they get most of their business from their Instagram stories. And fuck, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, if you're like looking at your page and your stories, is it only Beachbody stuff? Is it only, like, are you only sharing Shakeology? Are you only sharing Energize or Recover? Is that the only products that you're showing? Because people are going to scroll past that. Like, if you're not giving them anything else, you know, because what if there are people who maybe just they don't know what it is now and they don't want to buy it right now? Like, you're giving them no other value to come to your page for. So what I started to do is I started to share other products that I was doing, because if you're a health and wellness coach, your job is to help people live healthier and better lives, right? And that is not like, you don't only do that like to live your best life by drinking Shakeology, Energize, and Recover. Like, that's not the only thing you do. So share with them what else you do. Like, Allison is really, really good at this. She's better than me at this, at sharing her food and her like mindset and her processes of how she puts everything together. She's really good at sharing about how she makes her healthy lifestyle work with her busy schedule. And I've started to do this a little bit more like because I'm a mindset coach. Like that's my specialty is mindset. So I've started to share more about my mindset. So I go live after my workouts and I share my mindset about what gets me showing up. Whatever I'm feeling that day, I share what's in my head. And then also today I shared what I do that motivates me to work out. And I shared a little piece of that. I started to share about that good food box that I got, that I like how I want to share with people how I make my meals, like what food that I eat, you know. Well, I'm getting hot talking. So I'm going to I shared the beet hummus that I made. I'm not a chef by any means, but I'm sure I'm sharing with people how I sneak my vegetables into my diet because I don't like eating vegetables either. I don't eat raw vegetables at all. Like, Colleen, you always eat carrots. And I'm like, I don't know how you just pop them like that. I can't. So what I've been doing is I've been sharing with people how I sneak in my veggies. And yes, I tie that into Beachbody because when I post my Shakeology, hey, this is another way that I sneak in my veggies. So I'm being deliberate about everything that I do, tying it into what I offer to people as well. So I'm not just randomly throwing shit out there. I'm tying it into how I can offer it to them. So yeah, just be more aware and give value. Like, definitely make sure you are giving to people on your page. So you're giving them a reason to follow you. Because like I said, it's busy out there, you guys, like not just with Beachbody coaches, with everything. Like the pull for attention is in so many different directions for people. So you need to give them a reason to come look at your page. Like for example, Danielle Natoni and Amanda, like I go search their page every day. Why? Because Danielle, I want to see I use them for inspiration with coaching wise, but with Danielle, I want to see what products she's always using, new products and working on her health. And I want to see what they are. So I deliberately type in her name and I search it. With Amanda, when she's traveling, I go search her page because I want to see what she's doing on her travel days or anything like that. Or I like her style, so I like to search her page to see the clothes that she's wearing. Same thing with Raina Odell. I'm obsessed with her because I'm just obsessed with her. So I go search her deliberately to see what she's doing in her life. If she posted photos of her, videos of her dog, so you want to give people a reason to come search for you. And I would hope that people come search for my page to get some motivation. I would hope that people come search my page to see my workouts or something like that, that's what I hope people come to my page for, or for my card pulls in the morning. I hope people come look for that in the morning. That's why I do that stuff. Like the card pulls I would do for me anyways, but I do it because people told me that they like it. They come to my stories for that. And even when I don't do it, I've actually had people message me saying, where are your card pulls? And I'm like, okay, God, I'll get back to doing it, And even I've started doing my music again because Instagram went through this weird phase where they weren't letting me post music and video at the same time, but people were asking me for my music, for my playlist. So that's another thing that people come to me for. Just figure it out. You're only going to figure it out by doing, right? And the other thing she said on this podcast is video, stories. There's a reason why I was an Instagram story training, because video is where it's at. Stories is where it is at. You can't expect to just post photos of yourself and expect that people are going to trust that, because it's just not true anymore. People know what catfish is, and it looks, you never know, people aren't going to know if you're just a random dude on the other side of the screen in his mom's basement trying to send you a message, unless they hear your voice, they see your face in video. Video is the way to go if you really want to create trust with your people so they can get to know, and trust you. When I ask people what they follow me for, or what they tune in for or something like that, a lot of people say it's my humor and just for being real. So people like to know that I'm a real human being, and I go through real shit too, and I make them laugh. So that's a really good thing as well. Let me see here. So Colleen put in that she wants to get back into her workout, started doing coach training again, slowly getting back into coaching things so I can make a go of this. It's on my list, buying the audiobook. Cool. Excuse me, I just burped. I'm assuming that was for Get Over Your Damn Self. Yeah, definitely get that book. The next book that I decided to read is called Magnetic Sponsoring. And the only reason why I chose this over the other one was because it's geared like directly towards network marketing, which is what we are. So that's why I chose to read that one. And it's about like attracting clients and like closing sales, because I'll be honest, like that's something I've been struggling with. I'm really good at talking to people. I'm really good at finding people, but I'm in like a little bit of a lull right now when it comes to closing the sale. So what am I doing? I'm taking ownership because I am a business owner. I am an individual working this business. No one else is going to do it for me. So and Amanda didn't tell me to do this. I did this on my own. I went out and found a solution for what I'm struggling with. I found the book, and then yes, of course, I asked Amanda and I said, okay, because we're getting on a call tomorrow. I said to her, this is what I'm struggling with. I would love to know what you do so that I can be better. Because you guys, I can't help you unless you tell me with like what you're struggling with. And this doesn't work if you try to do it all on your own, because then you struggle all on your own. Just like with your fitness journey, you struggle behind the scenes, and I don't know when you're struggling, and then you get discouraged and you get all up in your head and you fall off and you go away. So same thing like with your business, you have to let me know with what you're struggling with. You have to ask me questions because I don't know what's going on up here, right? Okay, so I will let you guys go. That's all I got for you here today. Do you have any questions for me before I close up? No, good, good, good. All right, well, have a wonderful rest of your day. See you, Zeph. And I will see you guys next Monday. Thank you for jumping on. Have a good one.